Let's do this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have here Austin Magdeleno, Scotty Covey, and Bubba Gumpino. How we doing, gentlemen?
Doing well.
Fantastic.
Good.
I'm good.
The reason why I brought you here today is because I'm starting this podcast, and I feel like this is a good group of people to have around to just talk about random shit. And we got a lot going on. We got too much going on, in fact. So
Yes.
we're looking at doing a whole bunch of stuff in the next year. So hopefully we can get on that. But I shoot Gump's bow pretty well, though. But they're going to have that thing in there. And I told them to just, like, replace everything while they're at it. Because it's a 2017, so I was like, just replace the limbs, replace the cams, replace the axles, replace the bearings, all of that stuff in there. And they said that they don't make the cams anymore because it's just that old. But I think the cams might be fine because I've never dry fired that thing. It's just so old, you know.
Well, you got that cam on the bottom that was pinching the serving.
Yeah, and that's
open it up a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the one that was like you could literally take it and just twist it from side to side, and it was just like with relative ease, and you shouldn't be able to do that. So,
I'm surprised we didn't notice it before.
Yeah, well, I took it to Firearms Unknown, since they're the Hoyt dealer, and I drew it back and really looked at the bottom cam when I drew it back, and my God, that thing just leans to the side to
the top one leaned a little bit too.
Yeah,
That's the first one I noticed when we had it on the press.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm surprised they didn't shear any metal off when it was hitting the.
But you know what?
Side.
No, I think that's Dustin's got that obsession.
Yeah.
He's doing absolutely nothing with it. You can probably.
What's his draw length?
That could be the one.
It could be the one.
He's 20.
He's 29.
Oh, okay. No, this is going to help too. So, I'm talking to a guy about getting some lumber donated to the club.
What are we going to use that for?
Build that stand out back.
Mm.
I don't know if we'd use it for a shoot because I think it would bottle people up.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to have so when we're out there on the weekends messing around.
Well, it never was a problem on the walk the trail shoots.
Yeah.
When we used it.
Yeah,
if you build kind of like a deck to where like a group of, well, I know, but like
you can get 3 people up there.
Yeah,
but
so
not
I mean, most
much
people
more.
shoot it like 5 people in a group.
Yeah.
Because we checked the poles that one day. The poles are fine,
Poles
but
are good.
the stairs are toast.
And the deck is toast. And the railing.
And we're talking about that thing out back where, like, towards the
tree
end
stand?
of the canyon.
We call it the tree stand.
Yeah.
But we
like
could
10
set it
feet
up
tall.
so you can shoot, like you can shoot the squirrel out of it, probably, from up there.
Yeah.
Shoot the squirrel, the elk, and then
Well,
what is that other thing?
that squirrel would be an interesting target to shoot at from that high because it's so small.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool.
That'd be a cool thing to like rebuild and stuff like that to get an elevated shot and then
Yeah, and I was talking to you, Gump. We could build the face of it, so it's actually leave the roof off, of course, but like build the sides up and put window, like a section through the center that you could, you want it high enough the kids didn't fall over it, and then something up top that you had to shoot through, like a window.
Like a real box blind from back east.
Yeah. So he just said we just need to get says he'll take care of us. Just need to get a letter for donation, bring it to him.
I shot that back in the day when I was little. Tim took me out there and I remember that shot.
Yeah.
That
You
was
can
a
have
fun
it
one.
as soon as next Thursday.
that'd be awesome.
You need to get an I love you written.
Yes.
That's what it is an I love you, man.
We need to get out there and measure and see how much we need and
Well, we need a truckload.
Yeah.
No shit.
We'll ask for a truckload. If he gives us a quarter truckload, we'll be happy.
We'll make up the difference with the rest.
Yeah, so let me just send this back to him. Still waiting on the big message.
Yeah.
So I did text him rather than call him. And,
Because that big message,
hopefully that goes down while we're sitting here.
hopefully that goes down while we're sitting here. And I mean, we can talk about it and then release it later because this doesn't have to go out tonight. So this isn't live. So we can talk about what we're trying to do, and talk about what we bring to the table and how we can help the other parties involved if you want.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you'd like.
Yeah. So basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to secure the fourth leg of the Arizona 3D Championship Series, and right now the players involved are the Archery range in Phoenix, the Dragoon Classic in Tucson, and then Globe. They're the other big party, the third party involved, and then we're trying to become the fourth leg, Yuma, Arizona, with our range at Southwest Bowhunters, and we are trying to get that fourth leg so that right now it's when you are trying to shoot those the Arizona 3D Championship, you get 3 scores, and so you have to go to all 3 shoots to add up those scores to be considered in the top range of shooters. Right now, we're trying to get the fourth leg so that for 2 reasons, because it'll give you a fourth score to hold against your 3 scores, and also for the other hosts, they can't shoot the trails that they set up. So this would give them a chance to participate in the Arizona 3D Championship, because the one in Mesa, Archery, if they want to set up their score or set up their trail, they can't shoot that, but they can come down to Yuma and shoot theirs, and that can be their third score, if you will. So
Yes.
that's what we're trying to set up right now, and that's what we're trying to bring to the table. So we had a couple of really good conversations. I think there is one club that is holding back. They're not very sure about it, but I think that if we could just talk to them and give them a reason why adding us to the table would help them, not only help us but help them, like it would be advantageous to every single party involved. So that's basically what we're trying to do. The other clubs are talking to each other right now, and that's what we're trying to secure. And if we got it, we'd go full bore and become the fourth leg of the Arizona Championship Series. I think it would be advantageous for everybody.
I think it's a good deal. I'm really thinking, being able to drop a low score, say you go and shoot and it's a windy at one of the other courses, or even if it's windy at our course, but you do get all 4 legs in, you're able to drop a score to keep your top 3 scores. And then again, we talked about, if you set up a course, not being able to shoot it because the ranges, the angle of the shot you're looking for. So this would allow you to, as a local club, go to another 3 locations and get at least 3 scores in.
Yeah, I would have done that because I had a terrible Sunday at our shoot. I shot great Saturday, and Sunday just fivers all day long. It was terrible. So if you can next weekend go travel to make that up,
That makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah, totally.
Look at me the last couple weeks shooting. I've sucked.
It's been real windy, Gump. Real windy.
To be fair, one of those days your sight was just completely and totally loose.
That is true. But
Yeah, but only one of you shot bad on that day.
David only beat me by 1 point.
So the weekend to jump on me is going to be now, because I made huge changes to the bow. And I've only shot it inside the man cave.
Which one? Your
The Encore.
Encore?
The one I use for 3D.
Gotcha.
You only shot it in the man room?
Yeah, I only shot it in the man room. So it's on at 3 feet.
Okay.
I was gonna say that. So, I'm like, so point blank or?
So I don't know how far it's gonna be on after that, but I made a sight adjustment. Talked to a buddy of mine who was up in Washington, and he kind of told me to try a few things, and we'll see if it works for me too. But I went to a bigger peep, and I slammed my sight against my riser.
Yeah.
I did the
So
same thing.
That's gonna. Did you?
I did.
You talked to the same guy?
Maybe.
So that's gonna. I'm sure it's gonna be off. The yardage might be off a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be off too much because I didn't. Well, no, I did crank it. I bottomed the bow out.
Well, you'll be able to get more yardage out of it.
Yeah. So I also maxed it out. I slammed the limbs. So that bow I was running at 54, and I think it's at 61 now. Coming for you, big boys.
Shoot 62. You're good.
So we should be back out to 140, 145 easy with that bow now.
145 yards. Good lord.
Well, we shot that. We were shooting that antelope that day, messing around 137
That's
Where?
true.
from the shade. Actually, I had my buggy parked on the south side of the shade, and we were shooting at the antelope.
That's a poke too, because that animal.
You literally could let the arrow go, set the bow down, and listen, and then you could tell if you hit the target. We hit it. 3 for 3.
Hey, that's still a shot.
One was in the leg, the other 2 were in the body. So
It's an antelope. You hit it above the ankle, it's gonna die.
so that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna. I don't know. And then Dustin's coming, so he's made some changes, slight changes to his, but
Yeah.
he thinks he's got it on.
Does he have the axle issues figure out?
Yes.
Okay.
So with his, somehow, don't know if it come from Matthews that way or whatever, but the camp spacers were flipped.
Oh, okay.
So he flipped the spacers and it straightened right out. So now he's got cranked back up.
Gotcha.
Which bow does he have?
The VXR?
EX3.
VX3.
Okay, VX3.
Yeah. He likes the bow. He likes it a lot now that it's rolling good.
Yeah.
And the VX3 doesn't have the split limbs, right?
No,
No,
that's
the
the
phase
phase
four.
four.
That's the
four.
phase
Okay,
four.
okay.
That's what one Gage has got.
Yeah, that's one gauge.
Yeah, but I heard good things and bad things about that one already.
Yeah.
What did you
it's
hear?
Quiet. It's
What did you
quiet.
hear bad about it?
Limbs coming out of time.
You see, that's sort of the I don't know. I thought that them dampening the limbs with that rubber spacer in between really quieted down the bow. And I'm not just like talking out of my ass here. I actually shot it between Zach's V3X and and the Phase 4 there, and I was like, this makes a huge difference. But
Yes.
I worried about that exact thing happening, and
It's
also
kind of like having 4 limbs.
yeah,
We got 8 limbs technically.
But I mean, I could see maybe on the
There's
lower
a lot of
poundage
room
bow
there.
it not being as much of an issue as the higher poundage bow. And I've just heard it. I don't shoot Matthews.
yeah. Well, and my thing is that how long is that rubber spacer gonna last in between those limbs?
I don't think nobody really knows yet.
Well, especially when you live in Arizona.
Especially
We'll find
in our-
out with
in our
Gage.
desert.
Yeah.
Because that's Gage shooting that, right?
Yeah, but he just went to a PSC Mach 34 today.
What the hell?
What the hell?
So brand new bow, he's not happy with it already.
No, he likes it. I mean, it was nothing wrong with the bow. He loved it. He just
He's making money and living at home.
Who-
He can buy that
Who has
kind
one
of
at who
stuff.
has that PSC at the range? What does Fritz have?
No, his dad has the.
Tippy's got that.
No,
Oh, yes.
you're.
yeah. So Tim has shoots the Mach 34
Yeah.
too,
Oh, okay.
and he loves it. I mean, it's
I shot it and
a beautiful bow. It's light. It
You
is
know-
so light that even my no cam, is a light bow, but you pull that bow back and you're like, okay.
Maybe,
And it has
maybe
a-
we need to bring out the option 6 and let him sit on that one and try to let it down.
Yeah.
I'll bring that one out Sunday too. Let you shoot that one.
Gump,
Big guy.
Gump, I
These are all for
really
show.
like your 37. Actually, I've thought about it so much because I kind of want one of those elite verdicts. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I should send a picture to my wife and say, hey, I need this.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm gonna fix it up for you.
Well, she'll bring up, she goes, you just bought a new rifle. And that one I actually stole. I pretty much stole that rifle.
what type of rifle?
Weatherby 300.
Oh, okay, the
Mag?
Weatherby.
Remember we were talking about it? Did we discuss it?
Yes, I had a 240 Weatherby Magnum that I hand loaded, and it was the most accurate rifle I have ever shot in my entire life. I mean, like I took it out to 600 yards, and it was shooting a group like that big, and it was just like it was the most, it was trucking it. I think. I don't remember how many grains it was, but it was trucking at 3,200 feet per second.
Yeah, so I'm going to be throwing the 178 ELDXs through it from Hornady.
Well, and that's 300
Uh,
Weatherby mag. So
Precision choice. We're going to start with the precision choice. That's close to where I want to be. And it should dial in about 2950. But we'll get it chronoed, and then we'll start pumping in our own ammo into it. So it's gonna find out how much damage it creates come December.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk to you right now, Scotty, about December.
You better, because I'm getting a cabin.
Okay.
Okay,
You know
we're
what?
in.
Hey,
We're in.
you know, I mean,
We're not doing like you and Dustin did and sleep on the ground in December
Yeah.
and freeze your
That
asses
was
when
off.
the
crazy.
snow melts
That
around
was
where you're
crazy.
sleeping at.
But you know what? If you want to get up and get those big ones, you got to get in there.
yeah,
But I won't do it again. I'll let them. That's. Well, no, the year after that's when we got the truck stuck
Yeah.
in the middle of a meadow. We had to leave it 3 days.
Yeah, so nobody got drawn for elk around here except for Scotty, so.
Or antelope.
Or antelope, yeah.
So I had that antelope tag, and I don't know what happened. I guess it's happened to a few people. That it showed pending, and below that in your dashboard it shows the second line tag number. Well, I had that line in there for like a week, and then when it rolled out and the actual numbers fell in, I got my elk number. My antelope number's gone. So I'm hoping that I didn't lose my I love you points.
Yeah.
Did anybody have a problem when they switched over to the portal with their points?
No. I didn't have one issue at all.
No?
No.
They rolled right over? Mine didn't.
No.
No. I always used like the social. So then when I rolled over and you buy a new license and you created the portal, I was like, wait, what happened on my points? So I like, after a couple weeks of talking to Game and Fish, they're like, oh, we'll merge them together. And I'm like, oh my God.
Well,
And they did. They
We
figured
do
it
have
out.
they did do that for me like 2-3 years ago or something like that, But
Yeah.
I just went to the office and the girls in the office took care of me and they're like, here, you're fixed.
Yeah, the girls there are pretty good.
Nice.
But we do have a cow elk hunt to go on.
Who got drawn?
Neighbor's son. Junior hunt, October sometime.
Perfect.
He's tried to get on the portal today, but it kept bouncing back to his dad's email, and whenever they got in it, it come up with his dad's not drawn tag. But we know he got drawn because the money was pulled from the account.
mm-hmm.
October's my favorite time to be up in those woods. It's not snowing yet.
We'll be-
That's the number one thing. It's not snowing
We're going to
yet.
be up there a lot this year. We really will, if you think about it.
Yeah.
We got nothing the rest of this month or April, but then May we have that'll be in Henshaw.
Yeah.
And then June, we'll be back up in Mormon Lake.
For Mormon Lake, and then July is hike to hunt.
Hike to hunt, which will be back up there.
Did you guys already put in?
For what?
Hike to hunt?
Not yet.
Dude, we just show up and pay and go.
Yeah.
And if they don't want our money, we go anyways.
Hike to Hunt usually doesn't sell out. They didn't
No.
last year. And to be honest with you, they had this like revolutionary new system for like how to avoid lines and stuff like that, and it was dumb. But they did put on a good shoot. Like their targets were like their Sitka course was awesome. And I say that because I lost 13 arrows on it. And it was just like angles, and you know, it really humbled you. It was really, really good. And so like we came out of there and we're like, holy crap. I hooked up with a couple of shooters there that were from Tucson, and that's how I found out about stick sniper archery. And but their Sitka course is really, really difficult, like surprisingly difficult. So we were like humbled coming in there, and then we went to the Reinhardt course where it was double the distance, but the targets were bigger. We ended up scoring better, but they do set up a good shoot. It was just one of those things where, like I said, everybody showed up in $1,000 worth of Sitka and First Light gear, and we ended up out shooting every single one of those motherfuckers. So
Another thing we gotta look at is
As you're wearing Sitka.
He said that, and I was laughing like, ha ha ha.
oh, you are such a fool, huh?
Come on, baby. It's taken me years to get my setup because it's so expensive. Years.
Sunrise. Are we gonna do Sunrise this year?
I think we need to.
where's
I
that?
want to. I've heard
Show
good
them.
things about that shoot.
The show.
Ski resort up in. It's the. It's on the res.
Strawberry, right? Is it?
No,
it's
no,
Sholo.
Sholo, Pine Top,
Brent
out
and
there in the middle of everything.
the Rangers all shot that.
Yeah, they
because
shot it
keep-
with their family last year.
They keep the whole thing open for most of the summer. You can go up and go shoot it just about any weekend.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then they have the big weekend where they for the,
The
shoot.
big shoot, the buckle shoot.
I want to say that's first weekend of July.
I don't know. I don't remember. I think it,
Well, I'm really excited about Bow Disciple shoot in May.
Yes.
I'm gonna just go online and pay for that this week.
But we don't have to. So I've already talked to James,
Okay.
and we get there, we'll be able to take care of all that there, and same with the camping. You just get there.
we're taken care of pretty much with those guys.
Yeah. I
They're
just
good
don't know how
dudes.
many tents we can put up in one stall. 'Cause we got a lot of people going.
I know.
There's like 12 or 13 of us now.
Yeah.
I don't think that includes your clan.
Yeah, we got 5.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so
he
we're gonna
asked
have
me.
a good chunk of people going up.
Yeah, he asked me to come out in force, and I said, I mean, you don't really have to worry about that because like, we're all super excited to go out there. So
Yeah, I'm excited about going to that one.
yeah,
When they came,
Just because he's come down to ours.
yeah, he
Yeah.
came down to ours this
Yeah.
time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to him Sunday morning while I was hungover, but
You gotta. So they came down. Him and Bree came down. January, somewhere. She wanted to go for a pig hunt, and they were actually going to a spot that he knows a little farther than here, and they'd stop by, and I took them out to a couple of our little honey holes along the river bottom and stuff. And we stopped to have a little break, and I turned around and look, and she's making a snow angel, which is a pretty popular thing for her because she just did it again a couple weeks ago. In the middle of the hay yard. She's cutting snow angels on the ground. So, but that was pretty funny.
snow angels in the desert.
And he showed up. Well, no, so he's got that electric car, a Chevy Bolt.
Bolt.
Chevy Bolt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But they showed up in, I want to say it was a Jeep. I think it's Breeze. I'm not positive, but I think it was her Jeep. Surprised me because I've never seen him in anything other than his truck or that little.
Yeah.
But then again, Arizona, no place to plug them in anyways.
Well, I
better
mean,
bring a solar panel with you.
Yeah, for I mean, you've got City Hall, but that's pretty much it, and maybe YPG where they test that stuff. But
we don't even have them out there.
Oh.
You don't?
No, and I've got an electric truck for work.
He's got to have hybrid, right? Hybrid, yeah.
But there's no.
It is in the process, but
I think they kinked it already.
Oh no, it's still in the process.
That's what it sounded like from Chris when I was over there the other day. But I don't know. This is my last work truck. I've got that many more years to worry about it. But I just got it, and I'll have it for 7 years, and I'll only be there for.
Oh, we know it's all pretty too.
Oh yeah.
Never goes anywhere.
No, it does.
No, it does.
But they know I'm coming now.
You tried to put like 2 antennas up on top, you know.
Well, because my range guy doesn't have enough power in their repeaters out there, so I got to get the bigger antennas for it.
Jesus.
I just rolled my eyes real big. You just wait. Come April, May, you're gonna have so much service out there.
I got pretty good service in the shop now.
Well, yeah, it's because you guys spent a little bit of money and bought a better cell phone booster.
Yeah, that other one was pretty sad.
Yeah, it was.
Well, come to find
I mean, it
so
looked like
we've
it
had
had
this.
duct tape on it. I'm like,
Didn't we get it from you?
no.
No.
You
So-
guys literally had the pole for the antenna on the outside of the shop building, and it's a metal wall with a drywall screw going through it. And they're like, "Oh, it's leaning up," and I'm like, "Oh, I wonder why."
But then come to find out, so I don't know. Did you look at it?
I did.
Were you the
I
one?
did. I
Come
went
to find
in.
out, everybody's got 4 and 5G phones. It's a 3G booster.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So we weren't getting much service out of it at all.
So, and just a little history, whatever. Out there by where we work, this new cell phone tower goes in, and we're like, yeah, it's Verizon, right? So I'm like, how are we so close to a cell phone tower and we have terrible service? Well, come to find out it's AT&T. And one of the guys that works with me is like, oh man, you guys have terrible service? Mine's great. Look at this. And I'm like, who do you have? And he's like, AT&T. And I'm like,
You give me, I got 9G right here.
yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of surprised because all the work phones are all Verizon,
Yeah, well.
and they allowed AT&T to throw.
Mine's Verizon.
AT&T put some money out.
Yeah, mine's Verizon, and my God, outside of Yuma, the GPS goes nuts. It tells me I'm in Vegas all the time when I'm in like Dome Valley and stuff like that. It's just nuts.
We need to go to the desert with us once in a while because we find people.
Jesus.
I can't believe it. We just did it again the other day.
What?
This old guy out there driving around.
Just lost, huh?
I don't know what he was doing. I asked him, hey, what are you looking for? He goes, well, I'm looking for this mine. Oh, yeah, what's it called? King Mine? We were in Dome.
He's a little far off.
We were up
Hey,
along.
you
we were in
took
the
a
power
few too
lines
many
up in
right
Dome.
turns right there.
Yeah, we were up on the power line in Dome in the buggies. He was like, yeah, they said it was around here. It says it's right here. Well, probably what happened is when he was pinning it, and the old drag, and probably dragged his pin over somewhere else. Because he's looking for a road, and the only road off of there is going to take you up top of Muggins.
And unless you got a buggy, that's not a road you want to take.
No.
But we need to go up there anyways.
You looking for sheep up there?
No, I just look for whatever up there.
Oh, okay.
But there are sheep in there.
Not too terribly many in Muggins, though.
No.
There's a few more than people think. So that water up there, do you know where it is?
Hmm.
Yeah. So we had a camera on that 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago.
2 years ago. We had a dude. When you want to watch reptiles and birds, you can put them anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scientific instrument at that point.
I'm about to go up and do a unit and put some out because I hear that there's this really fancy looking finch that ground burrows, and I got to get a picture of it.
Scotty the bird watcher.
Yes,
Scotty
sir.
the bird watcher, property of Scotty's birds.
Escorted by my archery buddies. But I'm gonna go put them up. See if I can find that finch.
Yeah.
Do you ever
But still, there's quite a few rams and goats on that.
do you ever have a problem with those cameras getting stolen?
I seem to think that they've been borrowed a few times. No, in the past, but we got kind of a. Let's just say if they borrow it now, they make them unusable. Because we take the faces off them and screw the backs in, and then put them back together. So you literally bust them up.
Gotcha.
So
Down here, we never really had an issue with people stealing cameras. Or
not
anything.
down here.
I mean, all of us that ran cameras
Mhm.
knew pretty much knew whose camera it was at one.
Well, because you're doing like a sidebar talk, like, hey, oh yeah, I have a camera there, you know.
Yeah.
So have you ever come up on a fishing game camera and actually looked at the side of it, at the face of it, and seen their little penmanship on it?
I'm not trying to incriminate myself, Scotty.
That's okay.
We are being recorded.
So
And on
I've
video.
got a. So I took a few of mine, and I wrote property of AZGFD and serial number blah 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 blah. Nobody's ever messed with those.
So what's your take on, like, so say I have mine up there, I don't lock the camera. You stumble upon the water hole. What are you going to do if my camera's right there?
99% of the time,
Are you going to check the card?
no. I don't really mess with somebody else's card,
Okay.
because if it's a water hole that I go there, I usually already know it's there, or I have a camera somewhere near it.
And see, I
Or
don't
had a
mind,
camera
I don't
somewhere
mind
there?
if you check my card. Don't delete my shit.
I mean, I would.
You know
Well,
what I
I've
mean?
seen that
Just view
happen,
it, put
but-
it back in.
I would
know what I
view.
mean?
All mine are
I mean, I
locked
would
now.
view them. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, chances are it was probably like your camera, Tim's camera, one of the boys' cameras, or
Oh, yeah.
Cooch's or somebody like that I knew. It's like, yeah, hey, you got this on your camera. Text them, send them a text.
Yeah.
There's some good shit out here.
See, I'm good
Yeah,
at
I
that.
haven't,
But,
and then
I haven't really gotten into anybody's camera. I really haven't.
well, I've only had a couple that were like, no images, and it's like, yeah, right.
But like if I'm looking, to check like an area for tracks or something like that, I'll walk in behind it and throw my jacket over it or something like
Oh,
that, so
yeah.
they can't see me in there, and then take it back off on my way out. But I've never. Well, who knows if people got mine? I thought I stumbled upon the mother lode though a few years back in 11. 2,200 pictures.
Holy shit.
Damn.
2,200 pictures, and we're only gone for 3 weeks. You want to see what that squirrel looks like?
Loaded crockett squirrel?
Yeah, it was just.
He was there every
messing
day.
with- He
All
was.
day, every day.
Every time he'd move, move again, 3 pictures. Move again, 3 pictures. 2,200. I think there was like 2,300 and something pictures on that card. 2,200 of them was that squirrel.
Man, I'll tell you, in Ohio, on public land, if you leave a trail camera up, someone will find that. They will find it, and they will steal it.
I do know our fellow archers to our west have a lot of issues with that over there in California. Big time.
Well, there's a whole like Instagram devoted to hunters being caught on trail cameras where they're not supposed to be,
Uh-huh.
and it's just they just walk right by it and stuff like that.
There's somebody we discussed earlier. He's actually, we'll have to hit him up for it when we go over. Got video to where he was hunting private land. He's allowed to hunt it.
Mhm.
He knows the guy, he hunts it every year. And he watched the deer get poached right in front of him.
Really?
He's got it on video.
No shit.
Yeah. And then he went and said something to the guy, and I never really went into exactly what all transpired after that. But he's got it. He might have thrown it out on Instagram, I think. Not
That's
positive.
nuts.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
hate to be the guy on the video.
Jesus.
And he didn't know him. And I got an idea of where he goes. So, have you ever seen his pictures that he does post or that he showed you? It's always got the same background. So what he does is he takes his deer or whatever he's taking, pig or whatever he's hunting at the time over there, he'll load it up and he'll take it on his way home. He's got this view that he just loves, and he'll pull up there, pop it out on the ground, set it up, take a picture, throw it back in the truck, take it, so nobody knows where it's at. And it's the same background. He kills a deer in the same spot every year, let's just say that. Same exact spot every year. But that's because I think it's at his dad's house, the pit where he takes the pictures. I think it is. I think it's up there in the mountains.
Does he fish too?
I saw that picture the other day. You talking about Robbie's?
No.
No, Robbie's all over Instagram with that because they've turned it into a meme by now.
That was,
Leslie and Robbie have just turned that thing into a total meme. Just
Well, Clay and Maddie had a hand in on that too,
Did they?
because he was fishing with Clay when they caught it. And it's a place they fish it all the time, but I don't know if they can fish it in tournaments though, because I don't think it relates exactly to, I don't know where it is.
I don't know. I have no information about Yuma Rod and Gun, where exactly they fish out.
Okay, so update. This is the text we're looking for. One of them, not the one. He hasn't heard a word, but he will contact us the first part of next week. So I do know that one shoot is this weekend, but
Okay.
he's not gonna. He's probably not pushing it too much because all that's going on,
Yeah.
and so he said first part of next week.
as long as we get, well, we don't have any September elk kegs to worry about, so we got plenty of time this summer to get shit done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure, we do get that leg. A lot of people will step up.
I mean, my thought on a fourth leg, it's a benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you're trying to compete, that is a benefit to you. Go ahead. If
100%.
if you shoot 3 shoots, lights out, good for you.
Then don't worry about it.
Right. You have an off day, a fourth leg's so beneficial.
Yeah.
But none of us have that benefit of being able to be that good a shot all the time.
Oh no,
No one does.
We all like to stay up late and tell stories.
That's been known to happen.
Well, there are some.
The bush lattes start flowing.
Yeah, I get pissed so bad because of those.
While you're up.
Sensuous precious.
Yeah, but I really think that if we get that, chances are I have a feeling we will probably get it.
Well, it's not a loss to any of the other clubs. It's
No.
really not.
No, and it's
It's a benefit.
It
In my
totally
opinion,
is a benefit.
and it's going to benefit us too. It really will,
Yeah.
because the only thing that Dave and I pushed during that phone call meeting that we had, we tried to do a Zoom, but somehow the link was messed up. Couldn't get there, so we just did it on the phone. But we just pushed that we don't lose the walk the trail,
yes.
because that holds our club the whole year.
That's
Pretty
our
much. It's all our new targets, and it holds the club the new year. But we do have some other exciting things that are going to be going on out there.
yes.
That I know Tim is looking into the Wi-Fi
Yep.
Yeah.
and bouncing it from Robbie Barkley. So it's good about that is if Robbie says no, because we're only looking for the weekends when we have the big shoots.
Mm-hmm.
He has a Starlink.
Yeah, and that honestly is probably going to be the way to go. I mean, it's transportable. It's
And he
what it
said he
is.
would set it all up.
But it's easy. You put it out, plug it in, and that's probably going to be the way to go, honestly. Because if you think about it, that thing is good anywhere, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I was telling Tim is we The only thing that hurts is we don't. He's gonna donate it, or donate it, or let us use it.
Yeah, for the day.
We don't
of
have
the
to
shoot.
purchase one because he says it's like $135 a month, and
Well,
that's a big chunk of.
yeah.
But he pays for himself, and he says we just bring it out, just let you guys know, you or the boys know, and
Yeah, we'd set it
Bring it
up
out.
and be good to go, because another good thing is
the other
you
big
could
thing
use cards.
is I don't know if everybody's aware yet, the bathroom issue.
Yeah.
Are you
Well, I
aware
knew
what's
we're
going
trying
on
to
with
get
that?
it fixed, but
So, Pilkington, I don't know the gentleman's name. Him and Butch are good friends. I met him. They're gonna take care of that for us.
Really?
Their dollar. He's gonna do all the work. So what they're doing, Dave, with both bathrooms, to do what we're looking to do, and just to be, I don't want to say certified, but
ADA compliant.
compliant.
Yep.
So what they are doing with the bathrooms out there, they're going to change the stalls and put real stall in, but it's going to be a bigger stall. So the women's bathroom and men's bathroom will have one stall, but it's going to be handicap compliant.
Okay.
They're going to cut the door in, widen the door, put a real door frame, all that stuff in there. So that's going to be transpiring fairly soon, I would think. The only thing we need to do is find out from Butch this weekend, or Rick, he's in on it too. If they're going to be down for a period of time, is get some porta johns out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if we had to pay for them,
It'd be worth it.
oh yeah, the bathroom's being taken care of 100% with new doors. All the plumbing's going to be fixed, attached to the wall, pretty. And it sounds
It's
like they're going to paint them too. So,
It's just something that needs to be done. Those bathrooms
Yeah.
are atrocious.
and
it's a long time coming, like a long
he's
time.
also going to take a look at the kitchen and see if the plumbing in there needs to be updated as well to be.
Well, the water out there's pretty hard. I mean, it's hard water.
It's hard water. It's nasty
Oh
water.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they're going to take care of it. Pilkington's going to donate all the stuff.
Thank you, Billy.
They probably got stuff, laying around here and there or whatnot. He's gonna look into what all they got, and he's gonna supply the labor with. I told him give us a call if they needed help.
Bathrooms are not cheap.
No.
No, but with the new urinal, 2 new toilets, the doors and stuff, it's a pretty good
That's
donation.
It's a hell of a donation.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna
going
be a good
back
donation.
to our walk the trail, what was your guys' toughest shot, you thought, out of all three?
Probably getting up Sunday morning.
Waking up Sunday morning, yeah.
And I don't drink, so I can imagine you boys out there shooting in the dark.
Well, Sunday was
Like-
my worst score.
I didn't shoot I shot awesome up in the canyon.
See,
I
I
finished the
shot
canyon
awesome in the
great.
river bottoms.
And then we shot the west course that morning. And I thought I shot it very well, and I didn't. Oh, I came out of there at a 131. Found out I was chasing this idiot. Right off I think I was down 15. You shot 146?
I shot 142, 141 on the east and 142 on the west.
Okay. And then we did the canyon.
Mm-hmm.
But the canyon, I had a great stretch. The last 6 targets, I had 512s.
Yeah.
I finished that great. So I shot really good up there. It's over 300. And then Sunday morning,
Yeah.
which the East Trail I think is easier.
Mm-hmm.
See, I shot a 130 on the east, but we missed the Black Widow.
See, and you missed one.
Oh.
I missed one. Yeah,
So
they only
I
put
did
out
miss
They
one.
only put out 14 too, right? That was the story.
No.
Well, yeah.
No.
There's some controversy over that.
Yeah.
But
But we
we're-
looked
yeah.
for that other target, and it is not there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
So yeah, I did miss one. We missed the Black
They
Widow. and I
put
shot
15
130.
out, but one come up missing. But what's funny is we didn't disqualify anybody. we're doing the scoring. The group behind us, which is a group of 3, they shot 15. And we know there's only 14
Yeah.
after what's said, because that one target come a missing after Friday.
Well, and I think back in the day, somebody used to tell me that they used to do that to see who was
Honest.
honest and
Well,
fraudulating.
and
their
Butch
score.
got away from it, but Butch and I have talked, and what we're going to do now,
Every once in a while.
now that we're out of scorecards, because you and Debbie had to run them up that morning to find more scorecards because we had the big turnout,
Yep.
we're going to change them to 20.
20 in the river bottoms?
So nobody knows how many targets. And I told Butch, I said,
Unknown number.
yeah, because I told Butch, I said, you don't have to put 15 targets up just because the scorecard says that. If it says 15 and you throw 12, you throw 12 up.
Yeah.
That's how you find the people that aren't truthful.
So what happens if you throw 20 up and you get to 15 and then you get to number 16 and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on the scorecard? Or do you just put like
You put up there that there could be anywhere from 10 to 20.
Yep.
Okay.
So
number.
we had a group in front of us, literally, on the West Trail. And so we're at the 60-yard, 2 does, 1 buck. And we see them walking back down. We're like, go ahead. And they're like, oh, yeah, man. Thank you, and they're shooting the 2 does. And we're like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, shoot, we didn't know. Well, we ended up at the end, and there was 13. We only had 13. He's like, so these have to be the other 2. And we bought doe tags. So that's why we buy doe. I'm like,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Read the rules.
I was like, no.
The rules for the walk the trail shoot with the doe tags, mulligans, and all that stuff have not changed in 20 years.
Oh, well, see, this is their first time shooting, so I understand. But I was like, I'm like looking for the arrow and the buck. I'm like, what do you guys are hitting the does? Oh, yeah, we missed 2. And I'm like, well, these aren't the
I
2.
heard
Remember,
about that.
you were right behind us.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
We might need to do a video on our walk the trail shoot just to tell how the soaring works and
The doe
stuff
spread
like
and all
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, with the doe spread.
Yep.
And the rangefinders.
Yeah. Yes. So that's
I got
going to be
hammered in
yeah.
the river bottom about it. I'm like,
Well, so we're going to do that different next year with the scorecards.
Yep.
So we had discussed that already about the divisions. So we're going to have a known and an unknown division, and just let people know that, if you're a known shooter,
Yep.
you can't go out with your buddy if he's shooting unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think, us having a known and unknown difference for that shoot is not good. For stuff like the Triple Crown and all that kind of stuff, yes.
Then we just have to make it. We'll have to make a sign. That's one thing in that part of the board. As a board, we have to decide this year to make put a sign up.
Yeah.
Rangefinders.
Rangefinders are allowed. They are allowed, like when you go to San Diego Archers, when you go to Balboa, they all say rangefinders are allowed. You go to Lakeside, rangefinders are allowed. You go to Blythe, rangefinders are allowed. They don't have an unknown class.
Well, the Mormon Lake shoot we go to does.
Yes, but they put their style is more, but you're on a completely different, separate course with the unknown guys than the known guys.
Yes.
So, if we were doing that, we'd have to double our courses, and we don't want to do that.
no, and you need an American Express to replace all your arrows nowadays.
Yeah.
Did you buy some yet? You got to replace
No.
one of mine.
Scotty, we're not talking about that right now. We're recording.
I just bought a new dozen for the option 6.
Did you? Well, I just got done building all those new ones. So I just built 3 dozen, and that's going to run both bows, hopefully, to the big shoots all year.
I'm only into a quarter of my new dozen, so I'm good to go. And plus, I'm not going to be shooting any of my arrows, so it's fine.
Not for a little while?
Yeah, not for a little while.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about. And what's funny is, Gump and I built new arrows, and we built them the same color.
Yeah.
You went teal and pink, right?
And I was
That should
already
make
doing the
scoring.
pink.
That should make scoring Sunday real fun.
And
Yeah,
I went.
but I'm the one shooting blacked out target
And
arrows.
I went.
Oh yeah.
I was pink already, and then added the teal to them.
Well, and then I made my mark on his arrows with the little symbol that I
That's
drew
right.
on them.
Shit.
Austin made a huge mark on. Austin made a huge mark on one of my new ones too.
Scotty. So if we're gonna tell the story,
Tell it.
Come on.
I want to see.
okay,
Be
so
scared.
I chronoed it at 15 yards, no problem. Okay, your arrow did shoot 10 feet per second faster than mine. So when I went back a little bit, I didn't realize your arrow is very short. When you shoot those collars on the front,
Yep.
well, it got caught on the ripcord. It was, I was very tempting fate. Okay? So as it dropped, it threw that arrow up, missed target right into the freaking wall.
Killed the wall.
I couldn't get it out. I had to kick it out.
So he sends me this text. So because we had talked about the arrows already, and I thought he was talking about
Oh, they shouldn't
maybe
be too short. I'm like, I don't know. They're pretty short.
switching over. So he sends me a text. Hey, how much is one of those arrows? I'm like, I don't know. I have to look into it. I said, I told him about what they cost per a dozen built and stuff like that. He's like, no, I just need one.
There's your sign. I broke one of your arrows.
And, this
And I didn't tell him for like a day either. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, hey.
But my supervisor knew.
Well, he was shooting with me.
Whoa.
And he's right there and he hears, and he's like, ha ha ha, laughing. And I'm like, fuck. So I walk over and I'm like wrestling with the wall, and I get it out. And I'm like shaking my head and he's like laughing. I'm like, dude, that was Scotty's arrow. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, come on, dude.
So we were talking the next afternoon, or that happened on the weekend, or whenever. It was like a whole day went by, and then we were talking about it, and I mentioned it to him. I said, "Oh yeah, he broke one." I said, "It's bugging the hell." And he goes, "He finally called you."
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been great to be a fly on the wall.
Would have been great to see it too, because when you shoot and you're watching your arrow, right about mid-flight, I was like,
Where'd it go?
Shit. Whack.
Well,
And I saw it hit, and I saw like a piece of it that way, and I'm like, oh, it's broke.
that's one thing about those arrows.
Oh,
they're
it's
very
split right in half,
they're very
right down the
brittle.
center, right in the middle of the
Very
arrow.
brittle.
And those are the Victors, right?
Yeah, the Victory Rip XVs. Well, all Victory arrows are pretty stiff.
Oh, so
they
that's
build
who
them like
shoots.
that to make them lighter, I think. So, 350 spine is only 5'9"
Yep.
an inch. So my hunting build, and I'm running 175 up front, and it's only coming out at 374,
Oh my gosh.
but it's running 290.
Mine are at 575, and
Those
they're
are
at
Victor, right?
five,
Rip.
and they're at
That's the rip.
264s.
Yeah, that's the rip. The XVs are just a little smaller. And I believe those are 204 diameter as well, but those are going to come in probably closer to 7, I think.
The TKOs,
Yeah.
Are they the TKOs? They're probably going to come in a little heavier.
they're going to come in at like 8.
Yeah.
The
300.
Did you order them that? Did you order them already?
No. It's
Look
what
at
Ga-
the-
it's
look
what
at-
Gage swapped over to.
Look at their VAPs, because the VAP TKOs I think are faster than the rips because
Well,
they're
see,
a micro diameter.
Well, see, and Zach has those at Sprague's right now, and I think he special ordered them for somebody and nobody wanted them.
The
and I was
Vaps?
like, yeah.
Well, they're a dealer now. Sprague is a dealer of Victory.
They've been a dealer.
But
they just
they-
don't stock
They don't stock them, you special order them.
because they do more with
Gold
gold
tip.
tip
Yeah.
because Richard shoots gold tip. So
Well-
it's kind of their buddy.
Yeah, and well, he told me that all of his new arrows are going to be Victories. He bought a whole bunch of them.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, he did.
See what we did? We brought them to town.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people starting to shoot them.
Well, and so I haven't got on that train yet. I know you and I talked about it was a smaller diameter arrow, like
Yes.
the pros and the cons, and we walked through it, and the spine and how much you shoot, and we dived into that wormhole that you talked about, and I was like, okay, what's the purpose? Like, why? And you were like, hey, no, it goes way deep. Like, how deep do you want to go on your arrow?
Oh yeah, we brought up the
Archer's
program.
Advantage. Yeah.
We're in that. And we went deep. I mean, with the sight and all that stuff. And
well, you know, I've done on my hunting bow. I still shoot standard diameter arrows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm ever going to have an issue with penetration on that bow because it goes in 6-7 inches on a foam target.
Well,
yeah.
So I'll tell you, going back to the big change I made on my bow, I did shoot one in the backyard. And I'm out there. And I asked my wife,
Did you hit the shed again?
I love all the little starlights in here.
So I pulled back. And I'm about 10, 12 yards. From the shed, I'm right at the edge of the patio. I'm like, does it look good? Yeah, looks good. Twang. Bang. She goes, did you hit the shed again? But, and it's the new arrow, the Rip XV one.
Right.
It went through the shed, through the back, and was stuck in the wall. And that shed, I think the board's under about 1/2 inch, 3/4. I mean, it's not really thick. It's those sheds you build, you find out in front of Lowe's.
Yeah.
But it went through the front and to the back. So I tried to get out, like, no, I don't see it in the shed. Because it wasn't sticking there. But yeah, so that I did shoot one in the backyard. Only one.
You only had to shoot one. Penetration was on tilt.
Every time I make a big change like that, it's something I don't know how many times I've shot that shed. I can count the holes and tell you.
Well, it'll be interesting this weekend because I had to move my sight in.
I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. The top of the shed's kind of like peaked, and right above where the block is, about 3 feet, there's a 2x3. I hit that 2x3, and I think I was at 30 yards, so that arrow was probably still going up. Well, of course, my dumbass coming home from the range on Sunday, doing the Archer of the Day target. Never rolled my sight back. That's what 85 yards will do in my yard.
Yes, dude.
That was my biggest issue switching from my 7-pin IQ bow sight to the black gold 1-pin. Was I need to remember to move it down, because for that first Sunday that I had it, I shot great, but then I went back to the targets. We were messing around with it. Oh, let's shoot the 100 yard. Let's shoot the 60, and then I'm like, oh, it's real low, and it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes a little bit to get used to.
Yeah.
That's why I run on my hunting bow. I run that. What was the black gold 5-pin? We pulled the pin out because I wasn't getting the yardage at the time, but at the time I was shooting 443 or 453 grain.
Yeah, 453s.
453. So I was only able to use 4 pins, and I used that 4th one as my runner.
Oh, yeah.
And I took the 1 pin out of it. But then with the 3D bow, I used the single pin because every target you can dial. Mostly every target. But
And
now
see,
I'm
like,
carrying
from
the-
a bow hunting perspective, I think I would want that. Like, I'd want at least 3. You know, you got your 20, your
I
30,
think hunting
40,
is good.
and then you have that bottom floater.
I run a 3-pin on my option 6.
Okay.
20, 30, 40, and I run 20 as my top pin as my floater.
Yeah, so that's messed me up shooting his bow because our bows are identical,
When it
other
comes,
than color.
yeah,
And that's messed me up because I use the bottom pin as my slider. So shooting
you
his bow,
have-
I'm putting his arrows in the bushes, in the woods, and in the rocks.
How do you do that?
just the way I set it up.
Just the way you can set it up that way.
So you're 20, 30, 40, but your top pin, you have to roll it down to your
Yeah.
50.
Yep, that one rolls down.
Oh, okay.
But he loses yardage on the bottom end compared
Because
to
it rolls
I
down so
don't.
far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can also set my pin at 100 yards, and then I've got it's about 108 And then
We did it that one day to see.
then I think my bottom pin I think is 117.
What's the rock pile? How far were we when we were on the back of the rock pile? How far were we shooting?
It was 122.
122 behind the rock pile.
Mm-hmm. But I was just hovering over top with that, so it's
Because I think you were
it's
using
right-
that pin at that point.
It's right about 120 or so is my bottom pin. When
I like it.
roll it all the way down to 100. But I've got enough space I can throw some tape on there and I can get even.
I can't go down anymore, or else my
No, he's right there.
my fletchings hit the
But
sight.
but how heavy are your arrows? 400, 401 or something like that.
No, 401, 403, yeah. And
So-
so we were gonna change them, and I would probably gain a little bit.
Yeah, but you're like right there.
Yeah, we have to.
When you draw that back, I wince every time you let it go, dude. Because if it bounces just a little bit, you're going through your glass.
Hey, just keep.
That's
it
why I'm
easy.
behind you,
I
big,
know.
big feller.
See, that's why I'm afraid to change my like arrow weight, is because it's just gonna like my bow is so violent. It's one of those Hoyt turbos where it'll just like you need to be absolutely 100% spined correctly, or else it'll just like fly off into nowhere. And especially if you put a broadhead on there, and it's
And you're
just
running close to 500.
575.
Well, that's pretty close to 500.
yeah.
Pretty close to 600.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I always round
you're
up.
coming from Ohio, where you tree stand, whitetail hunt.
For sure.
So what yardage you getting out of that? Max yardage.
Max yardage, I have.
It sounds like a freight train going through the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my max yardage is I can get out to 100. I have a 2-pin spot hog, so I can get up to 110 with my top pin dialed,
Okay.
and then for the rest I use the bottom pin, and for like
And you're running
120.
70 pounds.
Yes. Yeah.
So you don't have an issue. You can probably keep that weight.
Yeah.
But I like the way I have my hunt bow set up, because with the 4 pins, and we hunt the transition areas religiously, and you're able to, if you get tucked up into a juniper or cedar or something like that, you can range a couple different trees and
Well,
be
see,
set.
and that's where when you're hunting, like all hunting experiences I've had is you're ranging 20, 30, 40. Very rarely. Like the elk I missed 2 years ago, it was just bad judgment on my part. I mean, he was coming right in. We didn't have a clue. I had a guy behind me who had just shot an elk, and he was like, I gotta look for blood. I'm like, hold on, there's an elk coming. And he came right up to us, and he knelt down. I drew back. My bow went. He jumped, ran around, stopped real quick, 60 yards, right over his back. He was 52 yards.
Do you squat it? Or you just
That's a
Missed
miss.
it.
Yeah.
Just
He
straight
was 52 yards, broadside. Perfect shot. I mean, it would have been the best shot ever. Truck was 200 yards away. I mean, but that's why, I mean, I don't think I could just have a single pin, because oh, hold on, let me roll my sight down to real quick. Okay, here we go.
have you ever froze elk hunting?
No, but I have for sure closed my eyes.
No, I froze.
Really?
Yeah. So we're hunting, and we've got a bunch of activity going on below us, down in the ravine. I'm paying 100% protection. All my attention is that way, just glued in. I'm behind a pine tree about 3-4 foot high, so I'm just kind of sitting on my knees. I can lean a little bit right, lean a little bit left, and I can see around this little bush. Of course, radios aren't on. Dustin's back to my left, about 30 yards maybe. All of a sudden I hear all this racket coming in. Got a small bull steaming for me. I hear it, and I hear him stop. Turn around and I look. Whoa, that's pretty cool, man. I was just looking at him. My head, not even thinking about picking my bow up. That's how it happens on TV. That's pretty cool. And the next thing you know, he just kind of trots off. Dustin trying to get my attention, throwing rocks or whatever. I never seen it coming. Dustin seen it, but it stopped behind a tree, so Dustin couldn't get a shot. I'm looking at it thinking, well, Dustin should be shooting any time. Nope, 17 yards. Little. I don't know if I'd have taken them. I don't know. I'm bow hunting.
I guess I could say I have froze
Probably
because
would have
you know
we
when
had
you
2 tags.
yeah you know when you're in that when you're in the moment and you're in the herd and you have your target picked out, but you're trying so hard not to move, and you don't even want to grab your rangefinder. You know it's a decent shot. You know you could make the shot, but you don't want to do any movement. So you're like, I can't take the shot because I don't know how far he is. Like.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to reach my rangefinder. I really need these to leave and him to kind of turn around to get it quick. So I guess I could say, yeah. I've
You know, we
froze.
need more realistic targets. Because then you can split pins better.
You know, I
You
do
can use your
like.
pins to get an idea how far it was, stuff like that. We usually will range 2 or 3 spots if we're going to be sitting. But if you're on hoof, adrenaline kicks in, it's over.
I do feel like our targets at Southwest Bowhunters, like the 12 ring, is not where I would shoot those animals.
No, and that's the
No.
one thing my brother's too. Like, well, I wouldn't shoot the animal there. Well, you're completely right.
Yeah,
You are
so
right.
we've discussed that quite a bit. And they do make them, but do we
You'd
can't
switch 'em
replace all the
up.
targets? I mean, we've got 90 targets.
Yeah.
And at about 250 a rip on the average, 200 a rip on the average, that's a lot of money. But they do make those targets. So my thing is, I wonder if we can find a shoot that's got them. Because you wouldn't. So many times you made a shot and like, oh yeah, that's in the kill zone. But it's a 5. And not,
Yeah.
And I don't think,
Or if you get lucky, it's an 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you
You
get
know what I
lucky.
mean? You roll into it.
but most of them, I call it the triangle. I try to shoot the triangle.
Well, I mean, like the javelina. That's
Oh yeah.
Way far back.
way far back. You know, it's not
But
where I
it's
shoot
high.
a pig.
It's
Well,
high.
yeah,
Way
I
high
mean,
and it's way far back.
yeah.
The big one's the turkey.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's all void, dude.
Yeah.
If I'm shooting turkey, believe it or not, I'm actually going to go for the spine more than anything else.
I heard you go for the head.
Well, my broadheads, you can.
I
That's
just
what
go.
I heard.
I just go for the Texas hard shot every time.
Turkey,
Yeah.
yeah, that'll work.
Well,
Pinwheel them.
OTC turkey's coming up, and I think we might need to make a trip.
Seeing as none of us have tags except for Scotty this year.
Well, we can go do some OTs. We should.
4B's got over the counter.
Yeah,
Archery
so
turkey.
I'd rather. We're gonna have to go look up there again because that one year we had those tags, and of course we don't do our due diligence. We always go up a few days early, pull cameras, just to check and make sure they're still coming in or when they're coming in. And I said, nah, dude, we'll be good. If we go in there now, we're gonna disturb it because we knew the water hole that
Yeah.
flock was coming in like on a daily basis between 11 and 2 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
So we don't go and pull the camera on Wednesday, which the hunt started on Friday. So we walk in there on Friday, and we walk in the long ways. I don't know why. Didn't want to scare them off. Some, and it's almost a mile into that water hole. We get in there, and it's occupied by a herd of cattle.
No.
The water was almost literally gone. We sat it that day because we burned. The day was shot.
You
You're
already
not going
burned
to
the
get up
day.
and go somewhere else
Yeah.
because you don't want to go in and pull another camera that you have that you're going to figure out, oh, we'll just get that. The plan was to hunt this water hole, get done, and then spend a couple days up there where mama don't know won't hurt mama. Go pull the other cameras, get them out,
Got a flat tire.
and then it just didn't work out for us.
You know, but this is going to be spring turkey. We can call them. They'll be gobbling.
Yeah, I think one has some. One's got a lot of turkey in it too.
Yeah, but one's not open for over-the-counter archery.
No, we'll have to look. I know some of the regs have changed.
Yeah, I think I think it's 5B, 4B, 6A. I think might have it open.
Well, I think we got a cow hunt for the Alderettes in October for 5.
5.
I think.
5B.
I asked him today to check his portal to find out.
Yeah,
so
2 guys in my shop got drawn for cow 5B South.
5?
Yeah.
So we're going to be up there in a couple in June anyways.
Yeah.
So might as well. This time we're not planning on getting lost.
No, we're not doing the 3-hour tour.
You weren't on that trip.
No, I was not.
Oh, that was a.
That was Gump's fault. Gump can tell you about it.
It was my fault. Sitting there. Let's go for a little cruise. Let's go drink some beer. Let's
It
take
all
it.
started. Let's drink some beer.
Well, I was drinking at the time.
I'm like, we're just gonna go check this water hole, and we're gonna make a loop back around real quick, and it won't take us very long. Well, we're sitting there. We hear get that herd of elk over there back behind camp.
Yep.
Find that badass lake.
Chase those up for a little bit on the lake.
Then started drinking beer. We only brought a 6-pack.
You guys didn't drink very long then.
No.
No, we ran out early.
We go up to Mormon Lake, and we decide, let's just go take a cruise around here. And that's where we got lost. It had nothing to do.
We're just gonna go up, just check out because we've been up there where the courses are. We're just gonna go by the one courses. We'll go up
Right.
and how bad can it be? We'll go for a while. We'll grab a road that goes to the left, takes us back to the highway.
Then we'll go back to Forest Highway 3.
Yep.
That's how 6A works.
And we came
Right.
came to a T, and then we came to another T, and another T, another T. Pretty soon it's like, didn't we pass that gate once already? Then when we thought we knew where we were going, like, yeah, this road will take us out. Boom, we start hauling ass. Brings us right back down into Mormon Lake. We got nowhere in 2 hours.
Yeah.
No beer, lost.
We
No
weren't
beer.
really lost. I mean, it's
No,
pretty hard to get lost there, but we were turned around.
But we didn't take the GPS with us.
No.
One of those.
So-
It's like, hey, hop in real quick. Let's go for a drive.
Well,
Yeah.
the plan was because we know where we camp across the road. You can come out of that side. We're in 5 and the shoot's in 6, so we're just
Right.
camping across the road. The plan was we thought we were going to go down there and we just come out across that meadow, just right across the road, be back at camp. Till we found out we made a big old loop twice. But we got
It
the
happens.
Happens to the best of us.
but now the buggy's set up to where we won't have that shorting out problem this year
Yeah.
either. Shorted out on us last year.
Yeah, you told me that.
Well, it didn't help the fact that it hailed on us on the course.
Yeah.
When you were shooting the Bowhunter Happening tournament?
No, the Mormon Lake tournament.
Mormon Lake.
Oh.
So it came down hard. And then we get back to camp and we're all underneath Kenny's tarp, which this tarp's got to be like 90 years old.
Yeah.
And that is the Bowhunter Happening one, right?
No.
No.
This is full draw.
This is
This
full
is
draw.
full draw,
Bowhunter,
okay.
that one's 2 weeks prior.
Prior or later or something.
Okay.
But we're sitting there, and all of a sudden we start getting hit by hail under the tarp.
You had too much slack in your tarp.
No, it was
No.
coming through the tarp.
Oh.
And then we're laughing and stuff like that, and then somebody looks over and like, "Hey, did your buggy just try to start?" No, keys are on the table. Oh, we think it's trying to start. No, it ain't. So now all our attention's on this buggy. Click, click, click it. It starts clicking. It's literally trying to start. But so I got that big roof rack on the top. The hail filled it up. When it melted, because the controller up there for the remote, the solenoid, shorted out. It was full of water, shorted out. It wouldn't start no more. But now I got 2 batteries in it, so we're good to go. One runs all that
Make it
stuff.
like a boat.
Yeah, so the one battery now is just to start it.
Yeah.
So they're relayed into each other. So the starter generator charges both of them. Then when the one gets so low, it'll shut off everything else and allow it to start.
We need to make sure we bring another CV axle too.
Yeah. That was a different trip. It's never left us stranded. It's been stranded when we were at camp, but it's never left us stranded anywhere.
That's good.
Till this
That's a
year.
reliable little girl.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get stranded somewhere.
Yeah. I think I'm going to tow the Jeep up, so.
Yeah. Should be a good time. I'm ready for the Mormon shoot.
Head up Wednesday.
But the Henshaw shoot, I'm
So-
gonna put some serious time into practicing. So I'm not those shoots, the California shoots. I usually take my hunting bow, just so I can split pin, because they set those up more realistic to hunting shots than like our canyon trail is kind of in between our canyon and our river bottom.
Mm-hmm.
They do, so it's actual shots that some of the guys over there have actually taken or messed up on a hunt. So they set the targets up accordingly. So just more practice, I guess. But I'm gonna really spend some time on it because I'm after somebody in our club on purpose.
Well, I would say that all of our targets, I want to say all of them, they're all broadside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. For sure.
That's
Definitely, right?
Yeah.
That's most of the shoots we go to, the scoring shoots though, are done that way.
Yeah, almost all the scoring shoots are done broadside.
Yeah. But
And
There might be a stick or something in front of it, you know, but you always have to make sure the 12 ring is completely visible and fully
Visible. Yeah.
visible,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, from the shooting point, it's got to be visible for every position, and there's 4 positions. If you go to max range on any of them, to where I did find out, it's 55 yards for the longest shot for the
fourth
3D.
leg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's 50. I think it's 25, 35, 45, 55, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but we'll get their rules and stuff. But I know 55 is the max because I discussed that already with him.
And we can't do the river bottom, right?
No.
Well, the river bottom will be novelty.
A novelty, okay.
Yeah, and that's what
that
Travis
would be
is setting up.
perfect, Yeah,
Yeah, and
because you
actually-
have to. What was the reason behind that? You have to have.
Well, you have to have the stations and
Unobstructed shooting.
unobstructed.
Oh, okay.
So the windows and you
You can still do that
but
top
the,
half.
the
though.
good thing about but Travis from San Diego Muleys,
Mm-hmm.
I've already talked to him, good buddy of ours. He's gonna take care of those 2 courses for us. He's gonna bring his targets down. I think he's bringing. He talked about bringing his own stuff down, setting those novelty, and he'll just take care of that to allow us to concentrate on
top
the
half.
200 to 250 shooters that we may have doing the other portions. So, and there's 20 target courses. So we
On
need-
that
Yes.
fourth leg, can we have elevation in the canyon?
No.
No.
I don't think we can have it ready. I'm sure we could, but we wouldn't have it. It'd have to
Like
be
all the
safe
old
travel.
stairs. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
we'd have to have all that locked in, and that we won't
I
have
don't think
time
we
for
got
that.
enough time for all that. We still got to clear lanes. We still got to do roads
Yeah,
and
but-
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
But I had talked to somebody about stretching that farther up that canyon a little bit if needed. Would not be a problem for that shoot.
Yeah.
I think you and I had discussed that too.
Yep.
Well, it's just
stretching that
that
up
one
if we
big
needed to.
tree right there, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can shoot around that. We can work around that tree. And then the one deer buck spread away in the back,
Yeah.
we'll just have to stretch that up a little bit farther. And we can. But the shooting lanes have to be clear, and the 12 rings or the scoring, I think is how I worded it, the scoring
yeah.
has to be in view from all 4 points.
And so I know I asked you one time when we were shooting together. There was, I think we have a couple of targets that have 2 different 12 rings on.
Yes.
Yes, so most of the time, if you're doing like the big shoots,
Right.
that they do on TV and stuff, which is out of our pay grade. They'll call them, and they can score them different, but most time it's always the forward target.
Forward vital one or whatever.
And unless it's annotated in your rules.
Oh, okay.
So if we got a target that's just blown out and we have to use it for some reason, we can annotate with a little message at the point of the target.
Score
Rear scoring
score the
range.
back ring. Well, those are actually made for us, when you do a quartering away shot.
Mhm.
Oh,
So you can still see them.
Mm-hmm.
man, I didn't think about that.
But I think I'm ready. I'm not ready, but I'm ready.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It'll
well,
be fun.
and you already have like how you want to set up the trail east of the clubhouse too, where that like 110 yard shot is that we have, and
Yes.
all of that up there, and
We have plenty of room almost all the way
Yeah,
back
we
to the pistol
got an
range.
idea.
yeah,
We were supposed to walk that the other day and we didn't. Maybe
we'll walk that on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of give us an idea. And what's gonna be nice too is, our last meeting they voted in to do the field setup.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's 15 targets. And I don't know if we got 15 bales up, so we'll have to look into that and get a few more bales set up. But if we're gonna start doing that, that's gonna pound ground for a walkway over
Yes.
there. So if we get a few of those in, and then we get to, once, because we can use those and use different ranges for that. And we have some of them have the known block there, but we'll just move
We can just run flags
Points up.
as well,
so they push whiskers. Is what
Yes.
they push.
And
We
Debbie
have
and I
about-
looked those up, and they were like it was like $50 for a set of. They had 4 whiskers where it was like different colors and stuff like that, and it was like 10 sets of whiskers were like $50 or something like that.
Yeah, they're not very much, and I know a story shed that's got some.
I wouldn't worry about whiskers.
I think we got that covered.
Somebody's got a contact. We're just saying, so which would be good because you can put those in the ground, and I don't know if I'd want to use. We'd have to set them up in a way to where we can use the whiskers every year, but would change the target.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and they're set in by a spike.
Yes.
Or yeah. So
Spike.
It's like a 24 gauge, 26 gauge now,
yep.
so they'll stay.
I'm excited for it, and I think we can get a lot of the Arizona companies to come out, whether it be PSE, whether it be AAE, Canyon, where they have coolers and stuff like that. We
Yes.
can get San Diego Muleys to come out, stuff like that. I mean, we can get a whole bunch of people to come out to our shoot.
Isn't there a Bear cooler, not Canyon cooler? Isn't there another cooler that's made in Arizona as well?
That's not-
Same type.
Bear. It's
No.
I know Canyon's out of Flagstaff.
Canyons out of Flagstaff.
flag. Yeah.
And I thought there was another one. Maybe not.
We can get them to come too. Doesn't matter to me.
Well, I know. I mean,
I
like the
think-
Mountain Project and those guys would come too.
Yeah.
They'd be all about it.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know
and
just how many vendors these other shoots have. I wanted to get over to the Tucson one this weekend, but of course, talking to Mike, I said it's too quick.
yep.
I'm not. If we'd have known maybe what was going on, we could have made it work. Maybe.
Put something together.
But I did tell them no matter what, win or lose, I think we should show up in force up in Globe.
Yeah.
Well, and the other
just
thing,
to put our name on the board.
yeah, and the other thing about these companies who may or may not come out. I mean, like they're driven by social media now. So I mean, if we do a whole bunch of marketing and raise our presence online, they might be willing to come out. And so if we get, and since ours is going to be the second leg, right?
Yes, if we do get it, we will be the second leg.
Ours
I
is
still want to double check that date.
yeah.
Because our notes show up the 9th and 10th,
Right.
but the meeting got that somewhat, I shouldn't say ran it, but pretty much pushed the meeting through.
Well, even
These were
so,
the second.
even so, I mean, if usury, usury or usury, whatever it is the first leg,
Yes.
and ours is the second, that gives us a ton of time to do to push marketing for the entire 4-leg event, to
Yes.
where like these companies might jump on board and send out a whole bunch of they might come out and put up a booth at all of these. So I mean, it benefits us all.
Yes. I think it will. I'm excited about the chance.
I am as well. Hopefully Globe will be on board, and hopefully we can help them out, because right now I feel like they feel threatened, and they really shouldn't, because I mean, we can get people excited about their shoot as well.
I'm excited. I mean, I think it's one that we should probably push for in April. We don't have anything.
We don't
on
have anything
schedule.
going on.
Yeah, so
Unless-
March is, we don't have anything the rest of this month. April, our first big run is gonna be May, June, July.
Yep.
We got 4 shoots, May, June, July.
Yeah.
When
So we
is
throw the Globe in for April, just to go up there and make a presence.
Yeah.
when is Globe?
It's the last weekend of April, I believe it's the 29th and 30th. Let me look it up right now.
29th, 30th.
March, April, yes. So I believe it's the 29th and the 30th of April.
Okay.
So they have a buckle series
Yep.
that they do. And I think it might be, use a big word here,
Oh, here we
for
go. Wait.
this goes out to Tom Coase. Behoove us.
It may behoove us.
Yeah, behoove.
Kinda
He
like-
said that the one day, I'm like, isn't it pronounced behave? But anyways, behoove us to maybe do a buckle local
I would like to see that.
That would be awesome.
and say, even if we just, like our normal shoots, we shoot every Sunday. And we put 13 to 15 targets out.
Yep.
Let's say one weekend out of the month. We'll do it like the 3rd Sunday or the 3rd, because most of us go to church Saturday anyways. This is just another form of church for us. Do that for scoring, and instead of the normal 5, let's make it 10. And we can take that extra $5, put it toward a buckle, and we can break it up into different divisions. And we can have a kids division, a couple women's divisions, and if they shoot it, they shoot it. If not, and we can just offset the cost of a buckle or whatever we're gonna put together as a end of the year deal. Just offset the cost with the extra money that we bring in from that shoot.
Yep.
And I was talking to Jesus on Sunday, and he had the cool idea of like, if we like got just for like we shoot every Sunday,
Uh-huh.
just like get like a trophy or something that somebody has, and it's like the shooter of the week, like when we walk that trail every
Yeah.
Sunday,
Yeah.
like just
Like a belt.
well, like
we need a wrestling belt for that.
but it's like you're the week, you're that man, you gotta hold it or whatever if you don't want to hold
Yeah.
it. But and I know that like at the walk the trail,
And-
there were a couple people, and I'm like, hey, did you turn in your scorecard? No, you just get a pin anyway, and I'm like, that's not the point.
Well, I didn't
Well,
turn
we're
in my
gonna-
scorecard.
I think we're gonna change that. I think I've talked to a couple people about that. So the company, Fine Line Printing, that did our shirts, her and her husband just bought an etching machine, and they're doing a bunch of etching on tumblers and stuff.
Let's see, that would be cool. And somebody's gonna be stoked about
So
that.
for those big shoots, I think we should
I think that would
first place dive into that, because I think if we order enough, we should probably cut us a
Yeah.
price. And if we need to, we can take our own tumblers to her to do. But they order them to some company, and they're Cerakoted
Nice.
when they get them, and then they etch the Cerakoting that's on them, and they can order different colors and stuff like that.
Well, I mean,
for
yeah, and
us,
honestly,
or-
you're gonna use a tumbler. You're gonna walk around with it. You want
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was thinking like first place, maybe a 32, second place a tumbler, and maybe third place with a little
a little tumbler.
cooler one. Yeah,
Uh,
something like that.
Little shot glass tumbler.
Yeah,
or a glass. It's a glass. They can etch glass.
and all it has to say is "I shot."
Yeah.
But that's something we're gonna have to bring it to
Yeah.
the board and then take it to the club for sure, because that's an added cost. But I think
get people excited about shooting.
at least for
turning
walk the
scorecards.
trail, I think it's something that we should do for walk the trail, because people will take that with them and use it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, where'd you get that tumbler? Oh, I went and shot the walk the trail in Yuma, Arizona last year. This was first place. Well,
You know, one thing I was pretty proud about this year was there was apparel.
Yes.
The apparel was awesome.
Yes.
Like, we need to keep that on deck all the time.
Yes.
Different
Yeah,
colors, different
so
deals, because
we do have, maybe this Sunday I'll get a.
well, I
Again,
mean, you make money on it. You
we're
really
kicking, We're kicking the donkey in the mouth.
Kick it in the ass.
So we just need to make the decision. I think if we do a kind of an inventory, we didn't sell as many kids' shirts as we thought we were going to. I think we sold about half of the kids. I think we only purchased like 15 of them, sold maybe half of them.
I thought all the kids' shirts were gone.
I don't,
Well, we did. You guys ordered a second batch, right?
but there was no
No.
kids' shirts in the
Not the
second
kids'
batch.
shirts.
Yeah.
I think we're done with the kids' shirts.
Oh, we are.
So
Yeah,
we-
you guys are done with the
We've
kids.
got like
Blake got the
15
last
shirts
one.
left, so maybe we should take an inventory this weekend, and then next meeting bring it back to everybody's attention
Yeah.
and stuff. The
Because
hats
I
are
need
gone.
a couple more shirts.
Well,
So
yeah,
I only brought in.
and a lot of them are schmediums that are left.
Well,
Yeah,
and
none
then
of
the next
None of
order,
us can fit to that.
No.
Jesus.
the next order we can do more colors.
Yeah.
Well, and
So we
switch up
didn't
the
have a
hat
bunch of-
style a little bit. Like, I saw somebody there that weekend that had a badass hat, and he was like, "Oh, it was a custom order
I
from
told
Scotty," and
you.
I'm like, "Dude,
I'm okay. I'm gonna.
you know what I
order
mean?
some
Have
of
them
those.
on deck. I mean, those are awesome hats."
Eileen had the pink one, right? The hot pink one.
The shirt.
Yeah.
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 But that was yeah, because well, the first weekend we brought them out, we had ordered 48,
Yeah.
and the first weekend we brought them out,
They were gone.
90%. Yeah, the club bought them all.
Well, I
we
went
didn't have
into
any.
and I didn't buy one that weekend, and then I went in the next weekend and I looked at the inventory we had, and there were like 4 shirts, and one of them was in my size, and I was like, all right, okay, where's the other box full of shirts? And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, where's the other box full of shirts? We bought like a whole bunch of apparel, and they're like, oh, this is all that's left, and I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We have Walk the Trails coming up, and
Yes.
we are already out of shirts. And they're like, well, I don't know. And that's where we made the decision to buy more shirts. And when we had all that stuff that was left, we had already made a profit off of what we had bought.
Yeah. So and then we bought 2 dozen hats, not expecting them to go like they did. But those sold along with the 8 that had been there for a while. Of that center emblem.
Yep.
Did the left and the right side and stuff. And there's still people wanting some more of the OD green hats.
Yes.
So I think even if we do different, we can do different styles. It's no big deal. The price changes a little bit, but we can offset that ourselves.
we still make money at it.
But he's talking about, and I'm still kind of upset because there were 2 of those hats. There was the one tan one, and then there was a gray one.
Yep.
Somebody's got that gray one that didn't pay for it. That gray one come up missing because they were both set aside for the person who has the tan one, and somebody grabbed it. I don't know if it's paid. I shouldn't say it's not paid for. I don't know if it is or not, but it was in the back.
Well, that's the whole point where we need to track exactly what has been paid for.
And we didn't.
Yeah.
And
It was a free for all.
yeah, but we need now that you're going to be part of that portion of it, slowly getting, now that you're part of the website,
Slowly gaining power.
yeah, as you're gaining power for that, we need to do a so it was kind of a free for all.
Do you want to do an online store?
Yes, I think
Okay.
we should, but we need to get the stock.
Yep.
So, but I
All
think we
year
should do
long.
hats and shirts. People look, pick them up. I'm sure a lot of the people in Diego would pick them up.
Yep.
Well, another thing too is if you set aside a batch of shirts that are designated for and printed like 20th annual Walk the Trail Shoot Southwest
Yeah.
Bowhunters, Yuma, Arizona.
My fucking 2-year-old bladder is screaming at me right now.
Again?
Yeah, again. It's a problem
Sin-
with beer, dude.
Since you was. But no, I mean like, and I'm just saying this because like Sprague's, we do dove hunting every year.
Yes.
I go in there every year. I buy a shirt. I have one for
Every year.
every year, and it's the
We were-
coolest thing. I mean, I'll go in there and I gotta buy mine, my ladies, the kids. It's just something we do. It's something
So
cool.
it was the apparel portion was something we had to fight.
Yeah.
It was literally and we didn't.
But they saw the results.
Well, no, they don't. The
They
ones
don't
that
see
we
it.
fought did not see the results, and the reason is it should have been handled different at the counter. So everything went into one pot. So you don't know what came in through the raffles. You don't know what came in through the shirts.
But I got you.
You don't really know what. The only thing you really know is what possibly came through on the shooters, because
Yeah.
we know how many people registered and how many people paid. But there was only
They didn't.
and we
they
got
didn't do a good job of breaking anything down this year. And that's
no,
just-
and I wanted to. I really wanted to, but it got hit so fast. When we put those shirts and stuff out and the hats out, people started coming back. So we had people. Next year we need to do the shirts and the hats and the raffle somewhere else, outside the check-in.
The sign up.
Yes, outside that.
You can buy them at the food. Well,
We had
then you
people
get it mixed
signing
up
up.
with the food.
Well,
And then
you
I
have to have
still-
other people running different things.
Yeah, and we had like people signing up, and then they were like, "Oh, I want a shirt. I need this size." So we're running. Okay, well that's this much, and this much. Well, it all went into one bank.
Well, I mean, I'm
But
guilty
each
of
thing-
it too. I had to hit up Jennifer and be like, "Hey, you have any double X's left?" She was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, there's one left." And I'm like, oh, "Can you put it on hold for me?" She's like, "Well, just get me next weekend." Okay. Well, sure enough, I did. But we go back to because I don't have $20 cash on me.
Yeah,
If you can take card,
But we're gonna
I'll
fix
throw
that
you
with,
right now. Get a Venmo account.
you
Yeah.
and your family's gonna fix that next year with the internet.
Oh yeah.
So they
Thank
won't
you,
have
Elon
internet.
Musk.
Elon, if you're listening.
If you're listening, please tune in.
I think the issue right now is that our bank doesn't support Zelle. So that's what a lot of these other shoots are doing, is they're going through like stuff like Zelle and the bank that we go through, which I am not privy to any of the information of our banking, and to be honest with you, I don't want to be, but it doesn't support Zelle, so that would be a huge thing
So
to
there's-
be a part of.
The
310
Zelle
to
thing,
you
I'm
with
kind
banking.
of. I don't like the Zelle thing. I like So, the thing with Zelle is, there's no recourse for something if it goes wrong. So I used Zelle one time. I'm out $1,000 because the person on the other end wasn't truthful. Well, my wife's out $1,000
Right.
because she did it for me. But it took me a long time to get the okay to do anything like that again. But Venmo is kind of like PayPal.
Yep.
It's got insurance. on
I
the
do like
backside.
Venmo.
Well, but
So
here's
Venmo can be.
but
so-
PayPal is kind of weird right now as well because they're suspending, they're suspending purchases for certain, aspects.
They were
of,
going to.
Yeah.
They done canked that idea because it was going to hurt.
Okay. Well, and
That
yeah,
was canked.
yeah,
But then you're looking more like firearms, stuff like that.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But so there's no recourse in Zelle. So if you pay somebody some money and they stiff you, you're out whatever you paid them.
Yep.
You can't go and there's no insurance, but Venmo has that insurance in place.
But for what we're doing, Zelle would work just fine because you're pretty much
well,
going
it's
to be right
because
there.
we're on the honest side.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people would use it still. The banking, like you, being a board member, I don't want nothing to do it. I'll see the
Nope.
and stuff. I mean, it's if we need to know anything, we can contact them and they'll print a sheet out and we can see exactly what's what. I don't want a key. Keith cannot believe I don't want a key, but I don't want a key.
Key comes in handy for me.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no. I'm not going to be out there doing anything that I need a key if nobody else is there. And if somebody else is there, they got a key. But I think there's too many keys floating around, anyways.
Yeah.
My opinion. Because there's people that got keys that aren't on board.
Well, and there's a surprising amount of like gates and doors being left open that it's just like
It's getting kind of strange.
yeah, and especially with what with what Keith texted us the other day about the other ranges being broken
Yes.
into. Now with what they stole from the other ranges, I don't think that they would have any use for what's in most of our Connex boxes, being they foam targets. They stole welding equipment and trailers. Those are of use, but I mean, like, you never know. But like, our stuff would be less of a target, I think, than the other stuff.
Not only that, I think our connexes have the lock guard. Do all of them have that lock guard?
No, they're just a double hinged lock doors.
But the one
they're a pain in the ass to open.
has the
Oh, yeah.
the padlock guard. So
Yeah.
you need a key. You can't get in there.
Yes.
The
Cut it and
ones,
grind on
the
it.
ones that have important things in them have the padlock
Yeah.
guard.
So that's the first thing that popped in my head. But then those other guys, and I don't know which one it is, but he chimed in on that text. Was it Ed?
Ed?
Yeah, I think there was Ed. Somebody chimed in, is like, yeah, Calvin and I were out there or something. I think it was.
Yeah, they were out there today and nothing looked weird.
Well, they were out there the other day too in the morning.
Yeah.
They said that they didn't see anything, but they shoot their field targets.
Mm-hmm.
I think every day.
Yeah.
think
I know a couple of people who go out there every day in the morning. So
Yeah. But I'm ready.
I'm ready as well.
I'm gonna put some time in on this.
I know. So
It'll be
I'm gonna put
fun.
so much time in, I
add
just-
another shoot.
Shoots, I think we can add more shoots. I mean,
We can add more shoots. We can do more. We're getting way more club involvement than we've had in years past.
I mean, this last shoot was pretty fired up with social media.
yeah.
yeah.
There was a guy making great videos,
A 614 Archery.
Yeah.
I
And it helped out a lot because you could share it. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
does social
Yeah.
media nowadays.
yeah.
Like all those other shoots, like we're talking like the Triple Crown, they never used to really do social media either. So it was always like if you're in the bow store, you see the flyer. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like, but if you
Yeah.
don't go to, if you want to do it, so I mean,
I think the thing that really really boosts us is that we've got, especially with this shoot that we're hoping to secure, is that we've got multiple novelty trails, and stuff like that for our San Diego people who come out and shoot our trails and stuff like that. So we're not as beholden to just the Arizona shooters as some of the other clubs. So I mean, we'll be fine in terms of in terms of all that stuff. But you know, I think that really gives us an advantage with running this fourth leg, where you know, even if the you know, California shooters and Yuma shooters don't participate in the Arizona 3D challenge, I mean, like, we still get a whole bunch of people coming out to our shoot, and then if they do decide that they want to shoot in the Arizona 3D challenge, they just sign up right there then and there, and they go to Phoenix, Tucson, and Globe. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they showed up, and I mean, how many people did we have shoot?
I think 148.
Yeah.
148 cards turned in.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, how many
And
California shooters were there?
that didn't include the kids, the teens. That
Do
was
you guys
just
know
the
how many
adults.
California people were there?
I'm gonna guess there was probably about 30 or better.
I'm gonna guess
But
probably
there was
50.
Yeah, and that's big. I mean,
Well, they had that big group from Tucson came.
Yep.
There was like 11 shooters from Tucson, and there might have been more. I'm not sure.
I think we had 30 from Blythe.
Probably pretty close.
Yep.
From Blythe.
They came out in force.
I mean, we probably had. I'm gonna guess probably 200 shooters.
I think the number's going to be closer to 2 because you guys printed off 150 scorecards
Mm-hmm.
and had to print more.
Yep.
So we only had 148 cards turned in.
I mean, I'm guilty. I didn't turn my card in, so
149. I turned mine in because I shot good.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have shot that good on the canyon, I would. But I was only chasing 3 people from our club.
I turned mine in just hoping somebody sucked on the second day like I did. A lot of people shot Canyon the first day and didn't shoot River Trail. So I shot River Trail both the first day. And I know Dave was busy in the morning, so you tried to squeeze Canyon and River in on the first day, right?
No, or maybe whatever I did. I think
You
I did
shot
both.
west late at night, or not late at night, but
No, I think I did both both river trails in the on the Saturday
afternoon.
Yes, and then I did the canyon on Sunday.
Yeah, and the Canyon was
That's
long,
a big
man.
push.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
canyon on Sunday.
Canyon on
Scorecards
Sundays.
for 1 o'clock. What is it? Noon or 1?
noon, and we
So
finished
that's a big
it.
push.
Yeah, I finished like 11:40, and we sat at the tailgate. I added them up real quick, turned it in.
Yeah, but then again, Marine Corps Mike and Fritz did the canyon, the East Trail, and the West Trail all on a Sunday for the charity shoot, and they caught up to us, and I was like, how the hell
When you only have
did
2
you
shooters,
do
you
that?
can do that.
Okay, so Tim and I did do all 3 on one day.
Well, we shot so Dustin and I, we shot the West Trail, and Jen joined us. So she shot with us. We shot the West, had lunch, and then we went back out about 2 o'clock and shot all the canyon.
And then we saw you guys coming back.
We were done with the canyon about 5. So it took the 3 of us 3 hours, but we had a couple of hiccups in the middle where we waited until somebody let it. There was a group in front of us, and then we went through them after 2 or 3 targets.
That was
So-
at the end of the West one, right? On Saturday, right with the does, right?
No, we were just behind we stayed behind that group on purpose. Just that was Saturday. So we shot the East on Sunday. The only course we had to do on Sunday was the East course. So that was the course we caught you guys.
The West one,
Yeah.
That was the big group you were in. Was the group I was dealing with range.
That was the
finder
Tucson
problems.
group.
Yes.
So we caught them. We actually caught them about halfway through the river bottom on the west side, and then they ran. You guys were right in front of them, so it was like.
Right. Well, they actually let us go through. Because I mean, they did have 11 people with them.
Yeah, they didn't let it. Well, we probably could have gone through, but we told them we're fine.
They were actually shooting with a Yuma guy, and I forgot.
Tim and Kenny.
Oh, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Tim's family. So there was there was 11 of them, including those two. So there's 9. And then they had I think they had 3 or 4 other people that were out in front of them somewhere.
Sunday I shot the West Trail, and the West Trail on Sunday was just a fucking traffic jam the whole way through.
And
It
that
always
sucks.
is. It always is. The West Trails always hit like that on Sunday. Unless you do like that one kid did a couple years ago and just come backwards.
Yeah. And shot nearly a perfect score.
Don't look at me.
No, it wasn't you.
Oh, I was about to say,
Why were you looking at him
Yeah.
like that?
I get irritated on Sunday when people walking backwards. I'm like, man, you're messing us up right here in the middle.
Well, you're not supposed to go backwards.
Well, you're not supposed to.
But yeah, that's a different thing.
That's something.
He started on the end, met us at the spread, and then walked back out with us, but shot all the targets on that course.
Sounds like a very special shooter. I'll put it that way.
He shot 6,
02 or no 6 something.
like mid to upper 6s.
I think I shot like 5.
He averaged 11.5 points a target.
It was up there. But he shot by himself.
Oh,
Oh, that broke line. That broke line.
So, but yeah, it was. He was out by 100 points.
Yeah.
He took a razzing for it.
yeah.
He hadn't showed that since.
No, he's been there a couple times, but he hasn't.
Was that the guy who came for the October shoot, and the guy and the gal who came for the October shoot and shot alone after everybody else, and then got the super high score?
No,
Okay.
No, I don't know. Where was I in October?
I don't know.
Probably elk hunting.
I don't remember October.
Might have been.
You might have been.
Or maybe it was November.
I'm lucky if I can remember what I did yesterday.
No,
Yeah,
November.
for
Oh
sure.
no, that shoot. No, we're Dustin's deer hunt.
Oh yeah, you guys are deer hunting,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's where we were that weekend.
and I was getting ready to go deer hunting.
Yep. You went when we got back.
Yeah.
But now I got the green light, boys. We're ready. I'm excited.
No more babysitting.
Nope. No more babysitting.
Game and fish.
Still gonna
gave
have
me
my
the red
tractor.
light this year.
Yeah.
Still gonna have my tractor on me, so
Where's it at? Oh.
you guys can find me if I don't show back up. But yeah, I'm good to go.
We're going with you, Scotty.
I'm ready.
At least I'm going with you. When is that?
The first one's gonna be October
Okay.
because I didn't get
Then December, right?
the old flip the hunt numbers trick. Well, the hunt I wanted was September, early October hunt because it was the first muzzleloader season.
Well, I know
I
me and
flipped that
Gump were
one with
hunting
my
that,
other
hoping
one.
that too, because we were
We
not
were
trying
talking
to
about
freeze
that.
our ass off. But
But there's little Eddie. We're gonna help him. He's got his first draw ever as a cow tag, junior cow. So
it's good eating too.
Go get a yearling.
that's gonna be October, and then mine is December 1st.
Send me the dates and I'll take the time off.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'll
a
be
good
with you.
time. It's
Well,
gonna be a
you know,
good
the
time.
problem with that December hunt is, yeah, you can scout it, but
They move.
they move so much that time of year. It's insane.
As soon as
Yeah,
they,
but we've hunted that unit so much. We've got them. So they have their
They got their
doe
corridors.
hunting season or cow hunting season that they do themselves, and then they'll move off. And we've done pretty good, and then with the rain the past 2 years, there's going to be some good 380 bulls still on foot.
Yeah,
There's gonna
That's
be
what I
some
was
good bulls on hoof late.
that's why I was hoping for that 3A3C early bull tag, but
Yeah, I think there's a gonna be a
22
lot
points
of
was just not
units.
enough.
it's not enough.
I know eight's got probably a couple 400 bulls on it this year.
You know what's weird though
21
about this
does.
year was usually like it's all over Facebook, like all Yuma people, like, oh yeah, so and so got drawn, so and so got drawn. They got drawn. At least 3 people in your shop get drawn. I didn't hear much this year. I didn't hear much at all.
No, I haven't heard much either.
Clint
I heard
McKay
of one.
And his son got 10 early
Mhm.
rifle.
and Kelly Glover.
Same unit, probably 10. Same
Yeah,
tag.
they're all on the same party tag.
Hmm.
Brent didn't put in with them?
No,
So the only one that, but we need to maybe help would be Izzy. He's got a 7 East December tag.
Ugh.
Yeah, I told him that already.
Ugh.
They got 3 foot of snow up there this year in December. So he's not liking the 7 East tag right now.
I don't like 7 East to begin with.
Well, we spent that.
We were in West.
They're not a damn thing in West.
Well, elk don't exist in 7 West.
We
No,
did.
but antelope do, I'll tell you that.
We spent
4
we spent
a week.
a week up there archery deer hunting. Not one elk.
But I did get to see Iwasaki.
Up there?
Well, we call it Iwasaki Loop. So we're making a.
Oh, God, I got to hear this one.
Well, there's a couple stories on that.
There's a lot of good stories on that hunt.
Was that the same day? That's the
No.
same day you bailed?
No.
That was no,
No.
that was the next day.
That was
You bailed on me on Saturday. This
Oh,
was
I heard
Sunday.
bailed.
no, this was
and I was
Sunday
like, oh,
because
but what really
I bailed on
happened?
you on Sunday because we were leaving.
Oh, yes, it was. And then we saw her on Saturday then.
Yeah, we saw her on Saturday.
Okay. So Dustin's helping has this guy he's working with that he's taken in from Mesa. Casey was out of Mesa. We dropped them down off on the lower meadows, and they're going through. They're just hunting
Still hunting.
through the trees, the different where they've been cleared out, and you see a patch of trees cleared out, patch of trees. They're working all that. Gump and I are just having a good time. Actually, Gump's babysitting.
Yeah.
I'm just driving around. Just, because I couldn't do nothing. I was still on my leash.
Yeah.
So we go up and we're headed up around Kendrick Mountain. And just cruising along. And we see this person.
Blonde.
Yes. She's got the bow and everything. And she's got the Iwasaki. That's why we call it the Iwasaki loop. Because at first we thought it was her. So we talked to her a little bit, and she's at the truck.
She was at the truck. We talked to her dad first.
Yeah, talked to her dad first. And he's waiting
Did it
for his
look
daughter.
like Jim Shockey?
We didn't even put 1 and 2 or 3 together.
No.
And then we ran into her, and she was at the truck, and we're like, we just passed your dad. He's on his way. He's coming down the hill. But yeah, that's why we named it Iwasaki Loop. Because it's a big old loop up and around Kendrick Mountain.
Right.
I don't know if it was a loop. We made it a loop.
That's more like a square, but yeah. Not a circle, a square.
But that was, you don't see them every day out in the woods.
No.
No.
And she had her own, it was a huge pack.
Yeah. Bigger pack than I was carrying.
I didn't even want to get my pack out and show you, look at my pack.
I got $20,000 worth of optics in this thing.
That was a good trip. That was a good trip. That was my first trip.
Yep.
That was the first trip I got loose.
We probably never seen a fat ass run up the side of a mountain as quick as I did.
That was funny. So we see these we see the does. We're going up, so we saw that coming down. So we're going backwards this time because we had dropped Dustin and Casey off at the bottom of the road. And we're going up, and we're just talking like that.
He's driving.
And Gump points. Like literally almost slaps me in the face. So I look over to my left, and all these does are coming off this mountain. And it's a pretty, probably 10, 15, maybe 20 foot little ledge. And they're kind of running through, and we're like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And Gump's like, "There's a spike, fork and horn."
I'm not being picky.
Nope.
Nope. So we're kind of like, and this all transpires. It seems like forever, but within seconds. Then these does just start falling over like pins from a bowling alley. this big buck come flying over because the does come over, hit the brakes when they saw us because we weren't 15, 20 yards from them. Well, the big buck is running from 2 hunters. He comes flying over, and the does are stopped. He barrels into them. Literally knocks a couple of them down.
You don't see that every day.
I feel the big old shake in the buggy, and Gump's already out. we weren't even hunting.
We left the Ranger running.
I never left it. I never left it because I couldn't go. So and I'm matter of fact because I was like ranging the little forking horn because Gump's like I might take that shot. So we're looking at that when all this transpired because it was like 104, and then that 104 went out. Well, that buck hit all those does. And then if you're familiar with Kendrick, we're a couple miles up from the north side, up along the wilderness area. We're going up around that way.
Okay.
We're right on the wilderness boundary.
And
It's kind of taking
so
that
the
road
buck
that kind of
went
comes
across,
Yeah.
shot up across the road behind us, and it's pretty steep. Porky here gave it a shot.
around. I was also about
I seen him-
45, 50 pounds heavier at that time.
4 beers deep.
I seen him take off, so I just pulled the buggy off the road. I'm gonna stay right here. At least he knows where I'm at. So if he goes up, he goes up. I don't know, 30, 40 minutes go by, I don't know. I see him way down there come around the corner. he's on the road. He's walking up the road now. I'm like, how'd you do? Oh, no. But that buck went up the side of that mountain like we didn't have a chance. A rifle maybe.
Rifle would have been a done deal.
Yeah, but that's one of those memorable